the market is probably as tough as I've seen it. Very challenging.
Retail billionaire Sir Philip Green sets the tone for the annual World Retail Congress in Barcelona. Here, some of the world's biggest retailers are wringing their hands over falling consumer confidence in the developed world. Whether it is food, furniture or facial creams, shoppers don't seem to be spending.
And I think that the consumer confidence is really the big issue at this point in time, and it seems to be dictating a great deal of anxiety within the US retail community. Oil prices have had an impact at retail in the US, but clearly the reduction in prices of houses is probably the most determinant element today, I think, because of the perceived reduction in net worth of households.
Retailers don't know where the slowdown will end. For some, the end will be closing up their shops for good, but others remain optimistic in the face of sluggish sales.
It helps us to focus on the right things in the company. It helps us to be more efficient, to be more commercially focused, and it also helps us to be better competitive or placed better towards our competition. Because of course in bad times the competition is hurting as well, and I feel it's an opportunity for us in IKEA. We will continue to invest in decreasing our prices to the customers. We'll also continue with our expansion and some of these major things, and I think that could work to our benefit.
If the US and Europeans are downbeat about their own markets, they're buzzing about the emerging ones of China, India and Russia, where there's a deep pool of new consumers. They are getting richer and they want Western goods.
Well, there's clear excitement coming in from the emerging markets, not just in the Asian arena, but clearly as well in Europe. We have seen now consistent double-digit growth rate in Russia, in Eastern and Central Europe. The Middle East clearly is a bright spot, and even Latin America is a bright spot because clearly the new revenues streams which are coming from raw material prices increases around the world are benefiting those local economies, and that's the case in Russia, it's the case in Ukraine as well. So we are seeing a lot of new consumers actually entering the middle-class consumers, entering the better end of the beauty category in big numbers.
It's a contrasting story here in Barcelona. On the one hand, retailers are facing months of slow pain, as Sir Philip Green put it. But on the other hand, there's plenty of business still to be done in the emerging economies of the world, such as India, Russia and China. So if today's story is about the credit crunch and how that unwinds, tomorrow's story will be about which retailers can make it in those emerging economies of the world.